Okay, here we are, I believe.
Shit, piss, young Sheck West. Do you ever wish that he dropped more music?
Sheck West?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Why would I?
Sheck West? Because that's...
Oh, look at this outside. No really natural lighting. Just our one lighting here. We're going to have good lighting today.
Yeah.
Because usually by the end of the episode, the light is just illuminating my face and...
Yeah.
Can't fix that.
That's good.
We could black out the windows and then put some effort for this, but come on.
It's 2021.
Who are we doing that for? We gave up in 2018.
Yeah. Well, and also blacking out windows in 2021. That's just not accepted.
No, it is not.
Not socially acceptable.
Mm-mm.
Not
we're
anymore.
Or KAC.
Yeah, we're always KAC. Fuck it, dude. I'm full send every single time with that shit.
Have you been watching Conan is obviously leaving his TBS show?
Really?
You don't know?
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because he got a deal at HBO Max.
To do what?
In the same show, but at HBO.
Oh.
I mean, the show's going to change.
It's going to be more like Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think he's going to do more remotes and...
Is he going to have Jordan Schlansky?
Yeah, he'll have the whole... It's the same crew.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then that's
but
not bad.
Essentially...
Andy?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Does it make you mad when a person's name is Richard? Their
No.
nickname is Dick?
Raz.
Wait, is his name Richard?
You didn't know?
Get the fuck
What did you
out
think
here.
that guy's name was? Oh, I'm referring to my friend's dad, who we call him Raz.
Yeah, his last name is Rasmussen.
Yeah.
So therefore...
So, did you ever just think about what his first
I
name
never
could be?
even, thought of... I never knew what it was.
Yeah, you didn't?
Ever.
Yeah, Dick.
Dick, really?
Richard or Dick, yeah.
Does he go by Dick?
I think professionally sometimes, yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Well, how my mom goes by Jody.
That seems weird to go by Dick professionally.
Isn't it?
And not Richard professionally.
Not for his era. He's like 70.
Yeah, why do people like the name Dick so much? Dick is pretty, it's a pretty solid.
Let's not get away from my point before you
Straight to the point.
steamroll over this.
Yeah.
Remember what we were talking about?
Yeah, Conan O'Brien.
All right, let's...
I did have a joke that I wanted to tell
Well,
today.
hold off. Let's save it to the middle.
Well, I don't remember it.
All right, great. Oh, great.
I don't need to tell it.
You know what's great about a podcast with you? Nothing really matters. You want a point? See ya.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye. So, Conan is moving to HBO Max. So, They knew this for a while, but during COVID, everything kind of shut down, and then the formats of all the Tonight Show changed. And these last couple of weeks, he's just doing like a solo interview with somebody. Still no guests because it's like, fuck it. And it's like, it's honestly been some of my favorite Conan that I've seen in a long time. It's just like, he'll drop the full interview for like 30 minutes with like his, like the best guests he usually has. So he has like a Bill Burr one. Timothy Oliphant, you remember him?
Yep.
Who's from Community? Handsome looking guy. Joel McHale is on it.
Childish Gambino.
Tig Notaro. You obviously hate her because replace Chris D'Elia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, I thought that you were going to say woman.
Yeah, well, yes.
Also my misogyny.
That's what I was...
Really almost came out of me now.
Yes, that's what I was inferring.
Yeah. No, I forgot what she did, but she said something in an interview, and it just, really pissed me off, and it rubbed me the wrong way. And then I didn't like her for a bit. But I do like her she has, nice,
I mean, she's
vibes.
a good stand-up.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, if you want to watch any great stuff, it's really good. It's just him.
I have been looking for stuff to watch lately because I keep on getting. So right now I'm currently too poor to eat. So
Yep.
but I'm also in this rut where I've told you this before. My YouTube suggestions are completely different than my on my phone and on my computer.
Yeah.
On my computer right now, it's just people eating a lot of food. I recently got back into watching Matt Stoney. You know who that is? Mm-hmm. He eats food really fast. Does challenges. So now that's all my man eats 6-person buffet of ribs, and I'm just like,
You were reminding me about your obsession with Good Mythical Morning, but only in spurts.
Yeah.
Where you'll just watch it, binge watch all of them.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
Well, I actually have no watch. There's none of them to watch anymore because I've watched so many.
So I have, I guess that's a Good Mythical Morning thing. It's a common thing where people go I just read this comment saying I think less of you if you don't just binge Good Mythical Morning for a stint and then like stop again.
Yeah.
I guess you just have to. And I've never watched an episode.
They pump out like so much content, right? And they always have, because you know of.
Yeah, Red and Link have been YouTubers that stand the test of time. They've adapted with like every change and still managed to make good content. They made it good back then and still probably good now.
Yeah.
Even though I don't watch them.
Yeah, but they pump out so much content that like, although they're pumping out, I think that they legitimately do an episode like a day.
Well, yeah, it's essentially like the Tonight Show.
Yeah.
Or like the Conan or any talk show.
But then like on those same to that is there's just stuff that you're not going to watch with the Tonight Show. Like there's just like certain, like they like do these things where like it's gross stuff. Like I don't like watching people eat gross stuff. That's not my cup of tea.
Weren't a big Fear Factor guy.
No, it makes my stomach turn. I don't like that. And then like
Fear Factor was a big family show.
Yeah, I don't know.
I used to watch it with my family all the time.
Never used to watch it.
Go ahead.
You know what we watched? American Idol.
Everybody watched American Idol.
Yeah, American Idol was the shit.
Yeah.
Made me just love any type of talent show. But so you just get so many videos, like they'll have like Will It Hot Dog, and they just like, stuff things into a casing and like try to make it into a hot dog, and it's just like disgusting. So like I don't watch those. But then there's like what's the best Oreo flavor, best ice cream, and then they test like a bunch of them, and I'm like, you know what, I think that too. Red and Link,
you might have known this, but I think they're ex people of the church. I think they were like both hardcore Catholics, and they used to be like.
That makes sense. I could see that.
It does make sense now that I think about it, but they used to be super religious, and just the hypocrisy of like a lot of the church stuff that they like within the organization that was happening really like let those two guys step away from it.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure. I don't know the whole thing, but I saw a TikTok of Red is the one with the beard, right? Mm-hmm. Red talking about because I think like a viewer was calling in about or like emailed in about loss of faith, and like Rhett was like, what do you expect, like with like everything that's going on? And then he was like listing all of his reasons, like the reason why people were all part of this like community was for the community, and now like they're just doing hypocrisy. That's what I'm pretty sure the gist of it was.
Do you think that the churches have changed?
I don't know. I've never been part of the church.
Me neither.
I don't know anything about it.
But like
I also I don't know what subs that. I don't know if they're like Catholic, Lutheran,
looking at it historically,
Orthodox.
Right? The most corrupt shit is just always the churches.
Religion.
Yeah, religion and like churches in general. Mm-hmm. Like since it's been a thing. Like literally, I was watching the show.
That and religion has always hated Jews.
Yeah,
I don't know why. Yeah. Jews are always the enemy.
Every single time.
Every time.
I don't know why.
Historically, they just always...
Well, they just hated the wrong person, right? They backed the wrong horse. Like, they didn't back Jesus, so they just, like, people don't fuck with them.
I know, Jewish people are so willing to be like, no, well, we still like you.
That's like if, like, in the hundreds of years or whatever, like, there becomes a church that becomes very popular around Michael Jordan. But, like... Then all the LeBron fans, they just like...
and then we start...
They're like, hey, we're going to murder you for that.
It's actually not a bad comparison.
We don't like you for that.
Yeah, it does seem like, well, we're on the LeBron side.
Yeah.
So it does seem like their side is a little bit more aggressive, but our side is probably the more aggressive one.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. But yeah, I was like the show Medici that I was watching. It's about like the Renaissance and stuff. And like... I didn't I did know like of the Crusades and stuff, but I didn't realize that just like, hey, like if you just give the church money or whatever, or give the Pope money and you help them out, they'll end up just like that's how like this Medici family became so like rich and powerful. Was they're like a bank, and they like
we've talked about this before on this podcast.
Yeah, they backed like one horse that ended up becoming the Pope or whatever, and so therefore they became the Bank of the Pope.
Yes.
And then like then if they like wanted literally an army at any time, the church was like, yeah, here's some people that'll fight for you for money.
What do you think? Why do you think that stuff interests you so much and it doesn't even like come to my? I just do. It just I don't know what it is. I can't.
Well, I mean, like, that's why I play like World of Warcraft and stuff. Like I like medieval times and shit.
I like Lord of the Rings, but I don't like Game of Thrones. Isn't that weird?
I mean, you haven't given Game of Thrones a try.
Yeah. But
You said, "Hey, give me the best episode," which just doesn't work because the best episode of like Game of Thrones
I never watched it
is
though.
because of the build up.
Yeah.
You watched the Red Wedding.
No, I never saw it.
You made us watch the Red Wedding at
Did we?
yeah.
I don't remember
it. Because the episode won't stand out to you if you're not.
I remember, and then they stabbed the baby, right?
Yeah, that's like if you were like, if I said, "Hey, give me like the best Breaking Bad episode,"
yeah,
and then like I just
Crawl Space could even would work. Crawl Space works without context.
maybe, but like we don't know how he got that money or anything like that.
Yeah, but you understand what money is.
You don't like it doesn't build up that hatred towards that you already have towards.
Well,
the
if you watch Crawl Space out of there, right, you can understand that.
Well, give me that's not a good comparison. Give me an episode where like a character dies.
Ozymandias,
right?
That would start off. I mean, that's still like, even though you don't understand any of the characters, right? Hank has a pretty badass.
It'd be good, right?
Then you can reconcile that like you can figure out that that's his brother-in-law, and you can figure out that he is in that situation because of Walt, and now Walt is.
I mean, the Red Wedding, you can also get that as well, but it's like it doesn't hold the same weight. What I'm saying is because deaths don't really mean shit if you're not attached to a character. Like they do, but they don't.
I'm not trying to argue the show's bad.
Well, what
I'm just saying I don't remember the episode. I can remember it.
But you're like
all I was saying is that I don't really like Game of Thrones. You're right that I haven't given it a chance, but
yes.
I don't know.
Because like legitimately,
it's just never interested me. That kind of stuff.
You would like it if you watched it.
I'm not talking about Game of Thrones in general. I'm talking about like that whole
the whole medieval
it's not like I don't like Skyrim. It just never really interested me.
That was one that I never got behind.
Skyrim, I never really fucked with.
Like I always play.
I tried Dark Souls, not really fucking. I like God of War, but that's kind of different, right?
Yeah,
not the old ones, the newest one.
I was just thinking about it because World of Warcraft has been like a big thing for me right now, right? Mm-hmm. With the re-release of TBC, which
don't abbreviate it for me.
The Burning Crusade.
Thank you.
So like this just came out, so like I'm like watching like more World of Warcraft videos than normal, and it's so funny to me because like what I was going to say was when I say that I play World of Warcraft, a lot of people will go like, "Oh yeah, I play Skyrim," and like try to compare it. I've never played Skyrim. Like I've played it, but like maybe like 2 hours in total of it. You know what I mean? Like I pick it up, put it down. Like I'm not that into it. But everybody wants to make that comparison. They're not the same. But it was so crazy to me though that for so long, right? I did have this period like around when I was 9 to 10, I was fat. Got to like 12, kind of lost a little bit of weight. You saw pictures of like when I was friends with Brandon and stuff. But I've kept World of Warcraft such a secret. Like me playing World of Warcraft, nobody knew that.
Who is it a secret to now?
No one. But it like back in then, and like
when I first met you, you weren't playing World of Warcraft the way you are playing now, or even in like short periods that you were playing it before. You would talk about WoW as if like, man, I used to play it all the time.
But me saying that even is an understatement.
Yeah.
The biggest World of Warcraft streamer, he's known as like the biggest neckbeard. You might know him. I don't think you do though.
Say his name.
Asmongold.
Yeah.
I
know his name. I don't know his face.
And he's like known for being like a no-life WoW player, right? And I like didn't realize how much WoW I played when I was a 9 to 12-year-old.
Okay.
Until I watched this video. He was going through it. He was like, yeah, I took my /played time right after like the Burning Crusade ended, right? Going into Wrath of the Lich King. And I think that he had like 200 days, maybe like 108 days, which is funny because I know exactly how many days I had going into Wrath of the Lich King because I had a character that I like played up until Wrath of the Lich King and then quit it. That character has 360 days played.
Yeah.
So between the start of World of Warcraft to Wrath of the Lich King, just 3 expansions. So it's Vanilla, Burning Crusade, Wrath of the Lich King. I'd say like 10 days are played on Wrath of the Lich King on that character. I have like 318 or something like that.
Yeah, and a lot of those days are idle though.
Yeah.
You got to say probably like what 40 days.
But to compare to that guy who had probably the same like
idle.
Yeah, idle.
What did he have?
He had like 208 or something.
Yeah, so that's quite a lot.
I like had 100 days played on him.
Yeah.
And like
He played in other characters though, right?
no, I think that he was like
Just done one?
yeah. I mean like and even then like I had other characters, right? Like
Yeah.
my brother used to play all the time.
When did you figure this out? You just figured this out recently?
I just watched this video like the other day. And like
How does
he's
that make
known
you-
as like the big
How does that make you feel?
It's like
I don't even get how you still like the game this much.
it's just like the best game. It's like crack. It gives so much dopamine all the time. Like it's weird, right? In League of Legends. League of Legends is and killing games in general are good because they give like instant dopamine, right? Like
Okay.
getting a kill just right to that. You know what I mean? That's adrenaline. You love it. Feels good. In like World of Warcraft, like you gotta like work for it. It's like how I jerk off, right? Like you jerking off, you gotta get through it. You go in, boom, 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 boom,
Yeah, we got a job to do.
got a job to do. You're
Yeah.
done. You're in and out.
Sure.
Me, how do I like to jerk off?
I don't know. I don't know why you like it.
I
for so
stroke it
long.
for a bit, stop,
Yeah.
stroke it, stop, stroke it, stop, stroke it, stop, stroke it, stop, stop,
Yeah.
stroke it, stop, 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 stroke it, and then I stroke it, stop, stop, stop.
You
stroke it,
don't
stroke
really
it.
still
Get
do
up.
that.
Yeah,
No, you don't.
not as much anymore because I have too much WoW to play.
But when you have free time,
Yeah,
are you joking?
no,
You're telling me you really jerk off for an hour?
hour at least.
At least?
I've had it before where I've jerked off for 4 hours, got blue balls in the middle of it to the point where
I know when
my
you were
balls
younger.
sore to the touch. This was like 4 years ago.
That's like, man, do other stuff.
But what I'm getting at is right because of that. When you reach that, it just is like an instant dopamine rush, right? Like it's just you work so hard and then it pays off, and you're like,
You know what's better than that?
oh, that's why like when you come, you're like, me, I'm like, oh,
No. What makes you think I'm not like that when I come?
It's really funny that I said that the other day where I made like some elaborate noise and Beth goes, ew, you don't really do that, do you? I go, I wake up David every night with it. and you go, yeah, he does.
Yeah, the clock strikes 2:30 and it's... Oh, is that a ghost?
No, that's just James jerking it. But no, so like World of Warcraft's like that, right? Like you build up, and like you don't like in League of Legends you level like say what every like 2 minutes or whatever. In World of Warcraft, like you don't hit a level up or a power spike for like hours. Like you work hours and then you get a power up. It's just like
I mean, it'll never be my...
that's the type of rush that I look for.
It'll never be something I like.
No.
I do have an update on the ticket situation for anybody who is listening or... Like, come on, man. What the fuck? Don't drink that much. You don't need that.
It's how I drink.
What is going on, man?
That's what I do. The part that got me during it was you breathing really heavy after just gulping down.
So after this podcast, I added the podcast from before. I added tension, saying, "I'm waiting for the call. If he calls, I have to cut it."
Oh yeah.
And as I was saying in that podcast, he has never called me once. I have to call him.
Yes.
I have to make sure. And like I said, I have to call him again. So if you aren't aware, we didn't go to the Bucks game.
Nope.
He couldn't get us the 12 tickets. Instead, it was exactly what I thought it did. One ticket within the suite. So I'm essentially in a suite with a bunch of random people for $445.
Yeah.
So obviously,
Standing up.
No, it would have been normal. It would have been a normal seat.
Okay.
So then he was like, yeah, so it looks like I thought that you were going to be able to just add on tickets real easy, but we're not doing that for the playoffs. And I said, okay, so clearly I don't want to go to that alone. He's like, yeah, I figured. So here's what I can do for you since the money's in the system. I can try to see if I can get you 12 tickets. The game's in 2 days at this point. It's a playoff game. It's like High intensity.
Also, we're leaving out too that this guy is playing it off like, yeah, I just got out of a meeting.
And yes,
that's the annoying part. That's the part that I like. Was like
he says it every time.
The fact that this guy is just like a big time scammer or whatever. He's like making it seem like he has to go to meetings with higher ups about these tickets.
Just has to go on his fucking computer, dial a couple buttons, and then figure. It's so you just had to do like A, B, and C. And every time I called it, clearly he is just like incompetent at his job.
Yes.
And he's just like lazy.
He's just a travel agent.
And
for the bucks.
Right. So every time I would call him, he literally would go like, dude, I was just getting out of a meeting to talk about your, and it's like, okay, that's not true. So he dials on the computer to figure, he's like, ugh, the only thing I can do is I can get you 12 standing seats where you guys can all stand in a row at the Bucks game. And I said, no, I'm not taking that. Just give me the refund. Because he's like, yeah, I can't get any seats like together. And I said, you can't like offset it so where it's like three rows of 4 like in front of each other, like offset it a little bit, or like 5 and 7, like anything. Yeah. And he was like, the best I can do is 6 seats together. And I was like, yeah, okay, give me the refund. And he's like, okay, I'll process the refund and get it through us tomorrow. Unfortunately, our ticketing is closed right now, so it won't be processed till tomorrow, which is a day away from the game. And everything that has ever like transpired, I'm like, this guy's just gonna fuck this up. Yes. Like, there's no way it's gonna work. And I was like, so I'll know tomorrow. Like, I'll get a response from you. And he's like, yes, it should go through tomorrow. Next day happened. Obviously, that did not happen.
Yep.
So then, like, I'm just like, wait, I'm calling him again, firing off emails. He's like, in a meeting, figuring this out again. And then I was like, okay.
I know that you refunded the tickets, but I'm still trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And then Thursday comes. So the game is now like 12 hours away.
Yeah.
And finally I call my credit card company and I'm like, hey, I gotta just like, I told them the whole story and they essentially were like, okay, we're gonna contact the vendor. So I'm getting my money back one way or another. My credit card company said, call him again, see if he's gonna give you a refund or not, and if not, whatever, we'll take it from here. So I called him again and he just like dipped my call, just like declined it.
Yep.
I finally replied to my email after not replying again, and he was like, the refund has been processed. It should be in your account 5 to 7 days. So I have like confirmation from him that it's coming. I already got credited account like through my credit card. Now it's just on the credit card company to get their money back. So it's all good. I didn't lose $445.
That's good.
It should be fine. And I fucking hate you, Cameron Moore.
That guy fucking sucks.
And I was like, we are down 2-0 to Brooklyn, to KD, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. I'm not going to be able to go to a playoff game. It's done. Game 4, they're going to get swept. It's over. We are now fast forward to today. Yesterday, the series is at 2-2. Game 6 is coming back to Milwaukee. We're getting tickets today.
Wait, what?
I'm buying tickets. I'm buying 6.
For today?
For the Thursday game.
Oh.
In Milwaukee.
Wait, are they for sure coming back?
Yes, that's what that means.
Oh, wait.
So this is how it works. 2 games in Brooklyn. 2 games in Milwaukee. 1 back to Brooklyn. Game 6 is in Milwaukee. Game 7 will be in Brooklyn.
Really?
That's how that works. We're going.
I didn't know that.
I got the new credit card right there. Put it in on.
Really?
We're buying 6 tickets. We're going.
And you're just going to SeatGeek?
I'm just going to go to SeatGeek.
It's just way easier. Hey, and this is brought to you by...
Yeah. No, I'm just going to buy it online.
And here's where we cut to a compilation of us doing stuff for SeatGeek.
So I'm going to... I'm not even going to like tell anybody. I'm just going to like buy the 6 and then invite 6 people and we'll go.
You think that if we just like walked up to somebody, just started like we gave them like a free RC car, put that compilation in here and say that we were sponsored by SeatGeek, we'd get the tickets for free?
No.
Hey, we made this podcast without your consent, saying that we were sponsored by you. Where's our compensation?
No, I don't think so.
I want to start forcing sponsorships. Hey, we sponsored your product. Compensate us.
Yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Like, I wore a Trojan condom this entire time. Where the fuck is my compensation?
So if you have any plans for Thursday, cancel them because we're going to the game.
Got no plans, baby.
Yeah, it's 7:30.
Never had them.
So yeah, this series is now, and not only has the city of Milwaukee gone from saying fuck we're getting swept to we might actually win it in 6. Bucks in 6, baby.
Somebody went to the game this week and shot Kyrie right in the ankle.
I mean, did you watch the game?
I watched the after Kyrie got hurt.
So, the game 3, even though the Bucks won, it made me go, "Oh, we are for sure losing." I mean, there is no way. It was like
game,
it was like neither team scored over 90.
Yeah,
we barely squeaked by. Giannis and fucking Chris Middleton, our 2 best players, scored 80% of the points that game.
I think it was like 87, which doesn't seem like, but it is
the highest disparity in terms of percentage between a duo. Like it's off the charts. Like
highest in a playoff percentage of points scored.
Essentially, our bench and the 3 other starters did nothing that game, and we just the only way we won is because the only team that did worse is technically Brooklyn.
Yeah,
because they even played worse,
which is nuts. Because that game too, when I was watching it, KD just tried to bring them back.
I mean, game 1 through 3, it seemed over. I don't know how the Bucks won game 3, and then game 4, we're hungover after the your birthday party that we'll get to after this, and I'm watching it and the Bucks.
It was 80%.
80%?
Yeah. Yeah.
So then the Bucks are actually playing. Like they've been playing all season. It's not like the standard Bucks get the playoffs and then they just implode and they can't score and Giannis can't get. It's like Giannis has got a 30.
It's
Drew Holiday still isn't there. Chris Middleton's scoring big. Brooke is hitting a couple threes, and PJ Tucker, who I have been a hater all season, is coming up huge. I think
locking up
KD
too.
Playing some of the best defense I've ever seen on KD, ever.
Yelling in his face too.
Good. And even though Kyrie gets hurt, which is it's actually fucking sucks,
Yeah.
It's a bad sprained ankle, and if the Bucks win because of it,
yeah.
I mean, I'll fucking take it.
Yeah, I'm going to take it.
But it's it doesn't feel right.
It's so
it sucks.
Somebody said something cringe, right? Whatever the Bucks people outside of Milwaukee see the Bucks win, they just well, the next team's going to take them out. The next team's going to take them out, and it's somebody was oh, because is Joel Embiid hurt?
He had a meniscus thing, but it doesn't seem to be as bad as everybody thought.
Okay,
so he's back right now.
Okay,
yeah.
All right. Well, then the Sixers are scary, but
yeah.
I still believe whoever comes out of the East.
He's still I don't think he's 90%.
Except those Suns are kind of scary.
Yeah.
D-Book
they just swept the Nuggets.
Yeah. Wait, that series is just over?
Over.
That's
done.
Jesus Christ.
It's over.
Those guys are just running through it, huh?
So even though Kyrie got hurt, it did actually feel like the Bucks were going to win the game. Yes. I could be wrong. I mean, it's like a what if kind of situation. The podcast that I listen to with it's the Bill Simmons podcast. Him and Ryan Russillo talk about basketball every Sunday, and they have the flip take. They were like, if Kyrie doesn't get hurt, they win that game.
That Brooklyn wins.
Yeah, I didn't think that. It felt like Milwaukee was playing better, and but then KD also towards the end had to start doing some shit. It was just KD versus the entire Bucks team, and PJ Tucker was just really getting
Blake
physical.
Griffin.
Blake Griffin didn't play great either, and Joe Harris didn't play great. I mean, nobody played great.
Yeah,
except for KD.
The issue is that everybody goes the big 3, on that team, but
the big 4.
The annoying part is they have Blake Griffin and their bench and stuff isn't even half bad.
No, I know they're kind of a big 4 in a sense. I mean, Blake Griffin is not like Blake Griffin from 2013, but yeah, or 2012.
I don't understand NBA rosters are so weird. The fact that some of these teams just can be so fucking good.
Yeah,
it just seems like the Nets are just an unbeatable team, but. Hey.
Yeah, only if their starters get hurt and don't play, then they can be beat.
Yeah,
which is
That's easy.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, we can do that every time.
But yes, the Nugget series is over. The Clippers and Utah series,
Joker.
I think, is at 2-1.
Yeah. Yep.
Utah
2-2.
being up. 2-2 Milwaukee, Brooklyn, which is crazy.
Yep.
I thought it was over. Everybody
Sixers,
everybody in the city thought it was over.
Sixers or Atlanta is 2-1.
Yeah. And I think that's it.
Nobody's tuning into those games, right?
I imagine the people in Philadelphia are.
Yeah.
NBA ratings are down like a big percentage.
Are they?
Yes.
I could see that.
I think I don't know.
You know why?
There's a couple things.
There's one.
Well, no, I mean the whole season's done. Oh, like everything is like down in percentage.
LeBron James.
What about him?
He's just like not playing well.
Well, LeBron not playing is a big one.
Yeah.
There's also not the mystique of having when the Warriors were at their peak, I mean they were like the Bulls in a sense. Like everybody loved them.
Yes.
Everybody loved watching them play. Not when KD got there, then they became the villains. But even that brings
the
in
issue
ratings.
is there's just too many good teams right now.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel. There's no hero and villain essentially. Yeah. Like when it was like Cavs Warriors, I think 2016, 2017. Mm-hmm. That would have been that was like pinnacle NBA, like the most it's ever watched, like anybody's watched. So the ratings are down significantly because essentially those the hero and villain storylines are done.
Jordan keeps on getting fired up because he keeps on going. Now KD finally knows what it's like to be LeBron James.
Having to win.
To have this quote unquote team around you,
yeah,
and everybody goes, oh my god, well you can't do it without this team, and then that said team always just gets hurt.
Game 6 is going to be significant.
Yeah,
no matter what. That's where we're going.
But that's where we play. Though. That's where we win.
I know. Game 6. I mean, the Bucks have never won in 6.
If the Bucks win in 6.
The arena's gonna be
erupting.
Yeah,
Bucks in 6.
We're going.
Bucks in 6.
100%. As soon as this podcast
is
over.
Who's the 6?
Huh?
Who's the 6 people going?
I'll tell you after. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll tell you after.
Because I'll veto some people.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you after.
Yeah.
But yes,
it's just gonna be dudes.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah, I gotta have to cancel my volleyball league, but yeah, or they have to find replacements.
Oh, true.
It's gonna be I can't believe we got to this point. Fuck Cameron Moore for almost ruining my playoff dreams.
I like that you just keep on doxing.
I don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah.
It's all good because I tried looking him up on Facebook and I don't think I can find him.
Couldn't find him?
No.
If we can't, honestly, I don't know if he even lives here in Milwaukee. He might just be a fake fucking person.
He probably is.
I finally actually got emailed, not from him, not from Milwaukee, but the ticketing website that they use, because my credit card company called them and they're like, hey, should you have been offered a refund? And I said yes, and I replied to them. So it is fucking.
Oh, so he never even did the refund.
I don't know. They seem it could just be miscommunication. I'm going through my credit card company.
Well, yeah, you know what it sounds like is that you were talking to this guy and he did absolutely nothing.
It does sound like that,
because his job is actually just doable by yourself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I've assumed very wrong with just calling up the arena and assuming you could just buy tickets.
The worst way to go, I guess.
It is. Well, it definitely is.
Yeah.
Because you can go to fucking Miller Park or the American Family Health Insurance Field, whichever name you'd prefer, and you can go there and go, 5 tickets, please, and they go, here you go, and that's it.
To be fair, though, nobody buys Brewer tickets.
Yeah, but opening day is fun. Yeah. And playoff baseball, you don't really give a shit about, but it's fun.
Nobody goes to that, though.
Yes, people go to that shit.
Brewer Stadium stays at
Brewer Stadium.
Yeah, I'm not going to call it
the American Family Health Insurance Field.
Yeah,
it just rolls off the tongue, baby.
Yeah, it does. They stay at 20% capacity always.
Yeah,
even without COVID.
No, they pack it.
They don't pack.
Yes, they. Fun fact: if you look at per capita, Milwaukee doesn't have a huge population, but in terms of baseball analytics, we have the best turnout in terms of fans, like percentage wise.
Well, because it's just people like to drink.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like drink.
I mean, that's what's cool about living in a city like Milwaukee, where like there's enough stuff to do, so it's not bumfuck nowhere. Like you still have like a decent downtown. It's not like Chicago.
Yes.
But like when our events happen, like Brewers, Packers, Bucks, even like college shit, when we pop off for it because like there is stuff to do. It's not like a Kentucky where there's literally nothing to do, so they just love college basketball.
Yeah.
But it's like same thing with Portland. Portland loves fucking their shit.
It's funny that Kentucky has like no professional teams, right?
Yeah, so that's why that's all the South. I mean, think of Alabama, Clemson, Georgia. They rock with college shit.
Georgia has.
Yeah, but they don't really give a
Atlanta.
fuck. They don't care about that shit.
Atlanta?
They don't. You think they care about the Falcons, the Braves, or fucking the Hawks?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yes.
I think they care way more about the Georgia Bulldogs.
They do.
Yeah.
But like they have like
they do. You're right.
Kentucky
they do have
like legitimately has nothing.
Yeah. Kentucky doesn't have anything. Tennessee didn't have anything until the Titans.
Like Kentucky, whatever his fucking the coach's name is or whatever.
Coach K.
Yeah, he's just like literally worshipped down there.
Yeah.
Eats for free wherever he goes.
Yep.
He's just like he's Jesus to them.
Dude, I was talking to my girlfriend. My girlfriend has a sister who's married to people from Georgia.
Yes.
So those in-laws I had met.
Yes.
And he was talking about the coach of the Georgia Bulldogs. I think that's I don't know what the school is. I think it's Georgia Bulldogs. And
that's the name of University of Georgia, baby.
Is it University of Georgia? I literally don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
So, he was talking about meeting him, right? Mm-hmm. And it wasn't the current coach. It was like the coach of like a specific era. I think when he went to school there. Mm-hmm. And like the worship that this guy is like in his 70s. He's got white hair. He's an elderly man. And he was just, I mean, he's so starstruck by this man. I've never even heard of him. Yeah. Like, and let me tell you, this is a coach, not even the fucking player.
Yeah.
The amount of, like...
They suck.
And I'm not even making fun of them. It's just like, it's just like, it's different. I would never care to meet Coach Bud Budenhauser.
Yeah. Matt
LaFleur. Craig Counsell.
I'd have to fight Matt LaFleur even if I met him.
Why?
Because like, say I'm downtown with my wife, right? Yeah. And she sees Matt LaFleur, she's going to try to fuck him. Yeah. So I have to beat his ass. Mm-hmm. So like,
in Georgia, they let them fuck him.
Yeah, I know.
That's what they do.
I know.
You can have sex with them.
Yeah, but like Georgia per capita also, I was reading this statistic, has the most amount of cuckolds.
Is that true?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That he was right there?
Yeah.
He was like the coach?
Well, I looked up University of Georgia and it said statistics by University of Georgia. So it was by the University of Georgia.
Oh, so
they did like this.
Right, the peer-reviewed.
Yeah, peer-reviewed study. And per capita, Georgia has the most amount of cuckolds.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not bad.
You got statistics about baseball. I got statistics about cuckolds.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Should we talk about your birthday?
Lowest amount of cuckolds? Maine, actually.
Wow.
Yeah.
They just
close with Connecticut.
That actually makes sense.
Yeah.
They like having sex with their wives.
Yeah.
Okay.
They love their wives there.
Cool.
Yeah, Wyoming. It's like.
Well, I guess
Wyoming's a gray area, right?
We have a bad representation of that because that's what we think loving your wife is.
Yeah.
They might see the flip side.
Getting your wife
railed,
fucked by a BBC is just like
also showing love to your wife.
Also showing the utmost love. And like I also said, Georgia also crossed off North Dakota and Wyoming because of the amount of Mormons. So they're not actually.
That doesn't really count.
Yeah, it's a gray area.
Yeah, I got you.
Because like when you're just married to multiple, what determines cuckolding?
Utah is the Mormon place.
Utah too.
Utah.
They're all Mormon. I'm pretty sure.
Are they?
I don't think that there's a single Christian in that area.
I've never met.
It's Mormons and Native Americans.
I've never met Mormons. I've never met any. Yep, that's.
I've never met a Native American.
I don't think I've ever met a sociologist, a Scientologist.
No, I haven't met a sociologist.
A professor in is sociology the study of the human mind or human behavior? I can't remember.
Well, the thing is, right, we're never going to meet a Scientologist.
Sure.
We're not rich enough.
Yep.
Like,
No, that is really an LA thing, huh?
yeah.
You gotta be in Los
you have to be
Angeles.
rich.
Yeah.
Because,
You really do, yeah.
like, legitimate. Yeah.
I'd actually love to get into Scientology.
Me too.
Good. I'm glad we're
like-
on the same page.
Hey, like, fucking, what's the guy? L. Ron Hubbard?
Yeah.
Hey, take over my body, big dog. Take it over.
L. Ron Hubbard was a brother.
It was a black man.
I love that one. That's such a specific. I mean, it's so funny to us, but I don't think it'll be funny to that many people.
Nobody, yeah. Oh.
We are the Black Scientologists.
That show's good.
Speaking of good comedy shows, I Think You Should Leave is coming up pretty soon.
It's second season?
Yeah, July.
Get the fuck out of here.
How are you
Wait,
not up to date on these things?
Lil Dicky's show is releasing.
Dave?
Yeah. Dave. This week, I think, right?
I'm not excited for it. The first season's fine. I know it's actually good. I'd say it's good. Yeah, it's not great. It's better than I thought it was going to be dog shit, and it's pretty good.
It's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm excited for the second season.
Good.
Yeah.
You don't want to talk about your birthday? You got nothing to say?
But
about
that
it?
was good.
Is that it? Nothing else?
I mean, I had, like, did anything crazy happen?
No, it was just like a solid.
It was, like, one of the most fun I've had in a long time.
To not be specific, we can cut it. We don't have to talk about it. Should we address the ending of the night for me and you? I mean, nothing bad happened. It was just, it was an observation.
Yeah.
Should we say this?
No. I don't think we should. It's like Louis C.K.'s bit.
Which one?
I mean, mildly.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, no, I mean that's
fine.
I'll say it. I'll
Why-
say it.
Why would I be scared?
Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'll say it. It's when, for whatever reason, I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't even mentioned this to anybody. It was peculiar. We were in downtown Milwaukee, which I literally have not been, at like the typical Water Street bar.
I've even been there like recently.
I have never been to Water Street during the whole pandemic. This is my first time going back. Like, I'm vaccinated. I'm good to go. No mask mandate. Gone. So we're popping off. And it's basically the start of the summer for your birthday and our other friend's birthday. Because you guys... So anyways, we were there at your guys' place, or fucking their place for whatever. We go down. And like it's packed. Like everything is packed.
Yeah.
Just like normally. And it's like it's busy because it's like a nice night out. Anyways, we get into this bar and we stay at this bar the whole night till bar close. Leave at 3:00.
Same area too.
Same area, didn't leave anything different. And then like we go into like the street and it's like the most amount of black people I've ever seen in my entire life in Milwaukee in that downtown area.
And not only that, there was like also at the same time no white people.
It was just black people.
Like we were in the bars.
And typically when you go downtown, it's like a mixture of everybody.
Yes.
It was like only black people and like nobody else. And it was just we noticed it.
even our like, because like while we were in the bar and just staying in the one area, I just like wasn't paying attention to anything.
No, it didn't even seem different.
It didn't seem different at all.
Nothing. There was no difference.
But one of our friends did. One of our actual.
One of our friends that is black.
That is black. He goes, "This is the most amount of black people I've seen downtown in my life."
And I didn't notice it at all.
And I didn't notice either. And then, but while we were waiting for the Uber, was when it like was just like
all of a sudden everybody's in the street.
Well, I also think that it's because all the white people might have scattered.
You think so?
Yeah, because it wasn't just that there was like a lot of black people.
It was that there was no white people.
There was no white people.
It was very strange.
It was just me and you.
It was just us two.
Yeah.
Well, what I had done is I knew that Lyft and Uber were going to just surge prices like crazy. And
Insane rates.
It was like everybody towards the end of the night were getting like $70 to get home.
Yeah.
And we live further than everybody else.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I'm just going to schedule an Uber for like an hour ahead of time. So like at like 1:30, I was like, I'll just schedule it for like 2:15.
We could have even just left at 1:30.
No, because it was surged at that point.
Oh, was it?
So, or I think it was like at 1. I was like, I'll schedule it for like 2:15, right?
Okay.
So the price dropped from like $40 to like $17. That's what you do.
That's the move.
That's the move. You just schedule a Lyft or Uber for like an hour ahead of time, and then like they just show. I think you can even do less time, and the price will still be dropped. But I was like, we're rocking. We don't need to leave it anytime soon.
Yeah.
So like when it came to bar close, it gives you a range. So 2:15 to like 2:30. He ended up not getting there till like 2:40.
Yeah.
And like all of our friends were gone, and we were just like left in the sea of black people.
Yeah.
But that's essentially why we like, didn't scatter.
Yeah.
Because,
it was it was like the nicest loophole ever, especially since the last time that like we were downtown.
Yeah.
It was just insane prices. And like on top of it, like no Ubers just show up. Like they're always late now.
And then even our Uber driver commented on it.
Yeah.
Also black guy. He was like, I've never seen this many black people in downtown Milwaukee.
Yeah.
It was very strange.
Yeah.
But like nothing happened. We just left.
Yeah. I mean, I was holding my purse really tight the entire time.
I was actually okay.
Yeah.
I felt pretty like calm and comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
This guy yelled at me because he thought I was looking at him pee. And then
yeah.
I was like, how am I supposed to know that you're peeing? I didn't know that. And then I was like, hold on, I'll cover you. And then I put my back to him and helped block that area. And then we fist bumped after. So I was like, all right, cool. He likes me. And then I felt comfortable. Well, the rest of the time.
You always play it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that you like, because you did say that.
Yeah.
But you are also staring at this man pee.
Yeah. Well, how am I supposed to know he was peeing?
Well, you saw him peeing.
No, I didn't.
Yes, like the amount that you looked at him, there was no way that you didn't know that he was peeing.
No, I didn't. Not until he mentioned it.
Really?
Yeah, I had no idea. So then I said that, covered him, and he was like, "Oh, okay, cool."
Yeah, but you were staring at him pretty intensely.
Yeah,
like you were like,
I was just trying to get a good feel for what he was doing.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't want to go downtown though, like in general, but outside of that, like it was just like, because it was just like crowded and like there was cover charges everywhere. Like it was
fun to see everybody. I hadn't seen anybody really. I mean, you'd seen everybody sparingly, but this was the first time you'd seen everybody hang out.
Everybody together, just like in general, like a lot of people
that was cool.
That I haven't seen in like
a year and a half
or more. Yeah. And like that was cool.
Got to have long conversations with people. That was cool. Catching up. I got to meet one of my friend's girlfriends, which everybody met. That I had not met yet before. That was nice.
Oh yeah.
What else? I took edibles. That was fun.
Did it even hit you that hard? No, right?
Not the same way it hit some people.
It hit Dominic pretty hard.
He wasn't doing well.
No.
He was spiraling. Thank you. Spiraling into a panic attack.
Was he?
Yeah, a little bit. He had to sit down for a second. Well, I don't know if he was really panicking, but it was like, that's what I assumed.
Oh.
And I was goofing. I had a fine time. I didn't like black out or anything. I didn't even feel that hungover the next day, but now it's on day 2 where I'm starting to feel it a little bit more, which is just how hangovers work for me nowadays.
It comes the day after now?
It is like the 2-day thing. It's like, I don't necessarily feel horrible the first day. But the second day, I just don't feel 100%. Like, I feel like really sweaty, and I feel like
a bit out of it.
I feel a little out. Like, I don't feel groggy.
Yeah.
Usually, because I go to work like at 6, I don't take a shower in the morning, so I feel really like sweaty.
Oh yeah.
From that night. So then I go to work and then I come home. Like the shower always feels the best.
And beer like sweats are terrible.
So
like
yeah,
the next day. I used to, and it's so noticeable.
Yeah.
Like people can smell you.
Yeah.
Like even if you tell yourself you don't, like they do.
They can.
And I didn't know that, right? Because I was a young lad.
Yeah.
But we used to have Saturday morning liftings at 6 a.m. Right? Like I had to wake up early in the morning.
Yeah.
Just to show that you were committed or whatever.
Yeah.
But me, being the badass I was, I've been drinking.
Yeah.
I've been drinking since I was young.
Oh yeah, they can tell.
So, but I didn't know, like my freshman year, I was like, well, I'm just going to party Friday. I got to wake up early for Saturday morning workouts.
Yeah.
But then like, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like when you start sweating, it literally just comes out of you.
Yes.
Like I took a shower the night before and the morning.
And
before.
it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I just went there. I started sweating and like my lineman coach came up to me. He goes, hey man, like if we're going to drink, just don't come in the morning then? Because like you reek like fucking beer.
Yeah.
He was like, I can smell it from like a mile away. Like you just smell bad like beer. I go, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't drink last night.
You just reek.
I was playing World of Warcraft all night.
I mean, yeah, that's carry that over to now. I feel like the second day is always the worst for me.
Really?
Yeah, I just feel not 100%, you know? Because the first day, I still a little bit drunk from the night before, so that carries off into the beginning, right? And then you're like, okay, let's recover. So you take a lot of the day to recover. You do a lot of little stuff that you like. You're just slamming water, getting some nice breakfast, some good coffee. And then, like, Monday, I'm usually back to work, so, like, I'm like, ugh, now I got to really deal with it. That's what it feels like.
Yeah, I can see that then. What was, when you were younger, what was your go-to excuse when you were doing something bad?
I almost never lied because I was bad at it. So, like, I would...
But, like, if you were, like, you, like, had one drinking thing that you had, like, when you were really young.
Yeah, I mean, I got caught, and I was just, like, I just got tongue twisted.
Oh, really?
Right,
you got caught for it? When you went over by, like, Kayla's house or whatever to drink?
Oh, not that one. No.
You just... Well, because those you just said that you were just going to sleep over
Yeah, yeah, I never really got caught. But the one I got caught with was... it was, like, also in June. It was for your birthday.
Oh, yeah.
We were going to some bonfire, and I had my grandfather's car that I was driving us around. Mm-hmm. We were 17, turning 18.
Yeah.
So I think we were in our senior... It might have been the junior year summer.
Yeah.
Going into our senior year. So
I forgot that you got caught with me.
You had
I actually got a case of beer as a gift.
Somebody had given you a case of beer as a gift. It was, I think, our friend Melissa, because she had got it through her sister or brother who was older. And the case of beer was wrapped in the car, but it was partially torn open, right?
Yeah.
I might have even been torn open completely, but the wrapping was still over it. And I was like, okay, we just have to stop at my parents' house and grab some, like, lawn chairs, and we can head over there right away.
Yeah.
And somehow my dad had noticed it from the window, like he had seen the beer.
Did he?
Yeah.
No, I think that he said something like, hey, I got to throw some shovels or something in the back.
No, he saw it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh.
He saw it, yeah, because he wouldn't have done that.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, what do you got in the back of the car? And I was like, just James's present from, like, earlier today, and, like, just the chairs. And he's like, open it up. You don't remember?
Yeah, but I remember him, like, putting something in the back of your car. That's why he saw it.
No, he knew. No, he knew. He made it seem like it was, like, something like that, but he saw it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, like, he was like, open it up. So I opened it, and then he, like, just, like, lifted up the wrapping paper, and he was like, you're not going over to the bonfire. And I was like, all right, that's fine. And then, like, he, like, calmed down for, like, 20 minutes, and he was like, all right, just, like, no drinking and driving. And that was kind of the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got busted right away.
But
I just, like, lied, and I was like, no, it's just James's...
But, like, you never did stuff on the weekend that you weren't supposed to, and, like, you had, like, a go-to excuse.
No.
Like, me and Brandon... Well, I never had to.
No, I wasn't really a bad kid.
It was always at my house, right? So,
well,
like,
yeah, you had this thing
go out of town.
where your parents would go out of town every weekend, so you could throw parties or, like, have people over, and you had older siblings that could,
But
like...
the go-to always was, like, because Pfeff and Brandon, like, would come over, and, like, they always needed to know, like, their parents always wanted to know, like, what they were doing for the weekend.
Yeah.
Every single time, Madden tournament. And I want to mean, like, I mean this, like, very wholeheartedly. We, like, Madden was never played. Like, and obviously, right? Yeah. Because, like, we were saying it to drink. But, like, even then, like, if you knew us, like, we didn't play Madden.
You got to realize also, for me, the reason why I couldn't do anything is, like, my parents were so close to the neighbors, so that if they were out of town, the neighbors weren't. So, like, I was going to get, like, in trouble for sure. Yeah. Or same vice versa for, like, their kids.
Yeah.
But for you guys, you never played Madden. I mean, yours seems so obvious that you were clearly doing shit every weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody at our school knew.
Well, for me, right?
Yeah.
Like, I think that my parents had given up at some point.
I mean, like, you're the youngest, so, like,
I
yeah,
had
that's
it
usually what happens.
I had it one time where, like, I forgot what it was. Oh, my parents would notice like weird stuff. I mean, I think that your dad would notice it too. I don't know what it is with like older, because like, dude, I mean, outside of like you getting like a new mat, you could do like a lot of things around this house that I won't notice for like days or weeks, right? My parents one time came home and the like table was moved.
Yeah.
And they like then like went into the basement.
You also realize that parents have done all of the tricks, right?
Yeah.
So they know the shit, and also when they go away, they're already thinking the whole time, what is this stupid fucking idiot gonna do?
Yeah.
And
So,
they're
like,
looking for things.
So there was one time, and it all stemmed from that table being moved, that they found like a half drinking beer, I think, somewhere.
Really?
Like in the basement.
Yeah.
Like somebody like went down to, and like my basement wasn't finished down there. So like the fact that they'd even go down there to like find it
Yeah.
was just insane. And like they just found, and then they're like, so for a bit I had to go up north with my parents. Like I had to go out of town with
Yeah.
them.
Well,
For a
looks
bit.
like I can't.
That was like a month period where I like had to go out of town each time, and or like I think that I had like 2 times where I stayed by Brandon's, but like they made sure that I was over there. I think that they like took my key away.
Yeah.
For the weekend and shit. So like I couldn't get into the house. But yeah, it was I didn't really ever have an excuse. And then like after that one time, like I even got lazier with like my cleaning up, and it was just clear as day. Like I for sure was like.
So it's funny to think of that era, because you guys must have been like, I mean, we would have been the same age, so you must have been like anywhere from 15 to like 17, right? Right in that
13 to 17.
13 to 17. Okay, so right in that little. So I mentioned that age because that's when I came to the picture in high school. You guys have been hanging out since like middle school.
Yeah.
But I knew that you guys had done that. I think it was pretty known that you guys had drank on the weekends, because like other kids would come invited, like some older kids would go.
Yeah.
So then it got around that like you guys throw parties all the time.
I had gotten an underage drinking ticket.
Right. So you had
like
gotten an
sophomore year. Or going
So
into
I
sophomore
had
year.
been jealous, right? Because I had always wanted to be drinking, right? But I didn't really have access to it. There was no way I could do it.
Yeah.
Like drinking has always been like popular in my family. Like it's like it was never like once I could do it, it was. I had older cousins who drank all the time. I always wanted to do it.
Yeah.
So then
I
you
mean,
guys,
it's the same way for me.
Right.
Like my parents and.
so when you guys had been like doing it all the time, and I was like, God damn it, I just want to be fucking. How do I get?
How do I get in?
But it's funny to think now how boring that shit would be today.
Yeah.
Because it's just like 3 dudes drinking beers.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you guys had some wild nights or anything like that. But I have zero interest in doing that today.
Legitimately though, like it sounds like it wasn't just us. Every single weekend it was like Lydia would come through.
Sure.
Monica, like we'd always have like the girl to guy ratio was actually always like
Not bad.
even.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, but you know what I mean.
Like that's why it also sucked is because
But it wasn't you weren't throwing ragers. You were just like
The only time that I
you're a
threw
couple of like 15-year-old boys just drinking, you know?
Yeah.
And like
I mean they were always parties. Like
I'm just saying, it's funny in hindsight how like jealous and like how envious I wanted to be in there, but like ultimately like I wasn't.
if we did it today,
I wasn't. I'm not missing out. You know, I wasn't. I was never missing out on anything.
You are underplaying it a bit though.
Sure. I'm just saying.
Because every single time it was like a party.
Sure.
And then whenever my sister was also like living with us,
Yeah.
every weekend it was a rager that she was home.
Yeah, because she just wanted to like bump.
Well, her friends would come,
Yeah.
and then it'd be like they were all like, it wasn't like very rarely did we just hang out and drink.
Yeah.
That was like never a thing.
Well, I'm just saying like.
Yeah, I know what
know
you're
what-
getting.
yeah.
But I guess the reason why I'm saying it is I didn't realize that you didn't know how it was. Like it every single weekend. It wasn't.
No,
just,
I knew like
it
I knew like Jay Kozlik would come every now and then, or like
No,
okay, like who?
every time.
Okay.
It wasn't just me,
Yeah.
Brandon, and Faf.
Yeah.
Like it was like Jay Kozik, Lydia, Monica, Sierra, Brian Krasinski, Zach
Yeah.
Snyder, Chelsea, like a couple of times. But yeah, like literally those like first people that I named
Yeah, you haven't changed my opinion.
every single weekend.
I'm not really like. wasn't missing out.
Yeah, I know. That's not what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
What you're making it out to be is way different than it was.
Okay.
Like, it was like we were playing beer pong for like literally what we do at parties today.
Yeah. Yeah, but like I got there. I eventually got to do those things, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah.
I remember that the story was about
the enviousness.
Yeah, it wasn't. It didn't have anything to do with like what it actually was. You know.
Well, that's what mine wasn't to like make you more jealous.
Yeah.
What I was saying is, I think that.
Yeah, I got it.
They were just crazier nights than you like.
Sure.
I think even think.
Yeah.
Because even by the time that like you came around more, my house was like, I think that you only came to like 1 or 2 parties.
It was it had never been the thing that I heard it was.
Yes.
It was never never happened.
But that was because like we had literally moved out like shortly after.
You would have started to move out probably a year after I started coming around.
Yeah, and I always went over by your house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because it died down a bit when Jay Kozik went to college.
Oh, interesting.
So when Kozik went to college, because Kozik was also like, we'd invite girls, right? But like,
he was the one.
Kozik was only.
He was our way in.
Girls.
Maybe that's why I thought it was only you guys, because I actually never really met Jacob until much later.
Yeah,
because I knew you guys, and like I knew the vibe was like me, you, and then Tyler Pfeffer and Brandon
in general too.
And that's what I kind of thought. I was like, well, you know, I'm not regretting anything. I'm just saying, like, I like my friends, but I wasn't missing out.
Also, looking back on it, right, like after the underage ticket,
yeah,
I did take like a huge step back, right? Like getting underage that early, that was like after my party days, even.
Sure.
Like, because sophomore year I didn't drink like at all. I don't think.
How funny it was that you got 2 of those bad boys.
And
it's a ticket like that's such a whatever.
You know what the crazy part is? Is there's a time limit on that ticket.
What does that mean?
Like you can only get it for so long. You only have 21 years to
sneak those in.
Sneak those fuckers in.
And honestly, you can easily not get it.
Oh, so easy.
And you got 2.
Because you think, right?
Yeah.
Although there's a time limit, right?
Yeah.
You're essentially not going to get one prior to puberty.
Because also, you're probably not going to get one before the ages of like, let's say 16.
More than likely.
Or 17 even, right?
Yeah.
So realistically, you got like, I mean, you're a wild case. So you got one when you were what, like 12?
13.
13, you got it?
13 or 14.
No, you must have been 14. 14?
14, yeah.
Yeah, 14 or 15.
That was 14.
14, right? So you got it when you were 14, which is funny. And then you got one like right before you turned 21. Maybe like a year before you turned 21. Maybe even 2. 19
I think I was 19, yeah.
So a typical person's window of getting it is probably 4 years.
Yeah.
If we're being like generous, and you got 2 in like 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Pretty cool, huh?
Pretty dope. Mm-hmm. And like usually too, like it's the people that don't get it, like it's not usually spread out, right? Like they just like do it back to back and like are partying and like just there are people that don't learn. Me, I just decided to take like a hiatus and then was like,
well, you didn't really take a hiatus.
Yeah. Well, like I said,
just got unlucky.
Sophomore year after my like ticket, I literally didn't. I don't think I drank that year.
Also, the 2 things are kind of they were kind of avoidable. Like you could have went into court and like fought your case, and everybody else who got underage, the first one got it off, right? And you just didn't fight the case.
Well, I mean, they didn't have to pay money. They still had it on their record.
Okay, well, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
And then the second one, we just lost you.
Yeah.
What can you do? You passed out on the lawn.
I had to see about a girl.
Well, sometimes you got to see about a girl, you know.
I remember that like that whole day is like a little bit of a blur, but there's like stuff that I just remember distinctly about. It's crazy to me because that day, I'd say I blacked out for a little bit, right? But that's not the most or longest I've been blacked out, and that's the scariest part because I blew a .28.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty cool.
Such a high number to blow, right?
Pretty high.
And to think that I don't
for
think
clarification for people, .08 is above the legal limit to drive.
Yeah.
So that is well more than double.
Yes.
Okay.
and it's triple.
It's actually triple.
It's more than triple.
It's more than triple. Yeah, that's good math there.
And so like that's how fucked up I was that time. Actually, it might have been a 0.26. Either doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But that's not because I remember enough of that day to go, that's not the most fucked up I was.
How funny is that?
And that's crazy to think because like,
oh, that was nothing that day.
Because the reason like Manfred tried to save my life as I was fucked up. The whole reason why I got the underage drinking ticket was there was this girl that gave me a slight bit of attention. And so
the classic, let me touch you on the arm. Now I'm going to fall in love.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I needed to find her. And
you find her?
Make her my wife.
I don't remember what she looked like.
I barely do. I think she had like red hair or something.
Perfect.
And Manfred goes, hey, no, man, like we'll go meet up with her later. Let's get some food in our tummies. And I was like, I have to go find her, Manfred. I don't even know where I ran off after that because that's when the blackout. Because I literally remember that conversation, and then there was like blackness.
Yeah, it's like the alcohol you had drank in 20 minutes prior has just kicked in.
Literally, right as I finished that conversation. No, I even went to I went to another party after that. I remember that for a bit.
All right, this is Warzone time. Let's get into Warzone. I gotta cut this.
What are we at?
Enough time.
Okay. All right. Fuck it.
See you later, everybody. Yeah, we made it.